so happy to see all of you. I'm missing all of you. Oh, Liana's there. and I'm glad that at least we can meet today. It's our first meeting after a year. It's a lot of new information and update that we will try to bring all in this meeting today. As one of the members mentioned earlier, do you want to speak? You use the icon and raise your hands, and we're able to see you. And then to give you a chance to speak at the moment you request. At this point, I'd like to welcome a new addition in the Senate for us. I'm very excited. We have State Senator Alana DiMario. She was appointed by the Senate President Ruggiero. We are so excited. And yes, we can clap and welcome. I wanted to feel in home. I wanted to feel in family as we all do. And I want to give you her opportunity to introduce herself and why she want to be part of the Child Care Commission, because it was her who requested to want to be inspired. So we want to hear from you. Senator, yes.
Thank you so much, Chairwoman. I'm so happy to be here with you all. I did express a strong interest in helping out with this work. In addition to being the mother of 3 school-age children myself, professionally, for the last decade, I've focused my career as a mental health therapist on supporting new parents and specifically new moms. And through that work, I have really become acquainted just from the parent standpoint of the different challenges of navigating childcare. I've seen, a lot of women find it to be financially, unworkable for them to return to the work that they love to do because the costs of childcare are too high and, all of the fallout from that. And then on the other side as well, I have worked as a mental health therapist, within different childcare centers and, just some of the challenges of making sure that staff are well supported and well paid. Just being able to have the opportunity to work on tackling these problems is something I'm really excited to do. So thank you all for the welcome, and I'm looking forward to being able to figure out how I can help advance the work that you guys have been doing. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator. This is the right place to be with all those motivations that you mentioned. That is the right place to work with a group of individuals in the state of Rhode Island who care about children and families. So welcome. And we will working with that energy and that passion. Don't worry about it. And for the good of our new senator, I would like everybody to introduce. That way she knows where you're coming from. The only thing I need is your name and what organization you're representing. That way, everything will make sense for Senator DiMario. But before I give members the opportunity, I would like to welcome back to the House members. If we have any senators, do we have any other senators that I'm not aware of? Not yet. So I would like to give you the House members opportunity to introduce. We have the first one I see is Rep. Justine Caldwell. Justine?
Thank you, Chairwoman. Hi, everyone. I'm Justine Caldwell. I'm the state rep from House District 30, which is East Greenwich and West Greenwich. And like many of our virtual meetings today, I am also providing childcare for my own 2 school-age children like Alana who are off of school today. So the issue of childcare is also very personal to me. And so I'm really happy to be back here, like the Chairwoman said, after a year with all of you.
Thank you. And the next state rep, I believe, is Rep. Deborah Ruggiero.
Thank you, Chair, and welcome everyone. Thank you for the great work you do in the community. We need you. I'm Deb Ruggiero. I represent District 74, which is Jamestown and Middletown, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say today. I am going to mention right away I have a 3 o'clock preparing for my hearing, which I'll be chairing next week on the Innovation Internet Technology Committee. So I apologize, Chair, that I will have to get on another Zoom meeting at 3.
But we thank you and appreciate also your energy and your commitment for childcare. You're in this committee for a couple of years now, and we appreciate all the hard work and the every legislation you are introducing in past. Now, I would like to give an opportunity for those who are no members of the General Assembly, members of the Childcare Commission. And I want to start with new addition from the policy, legislative policy. We have another lady here today, and I want the members to be familiar with her because she will be working behind the scene on all the logistic legal for this committee. And that's Kendra Cervone.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much, and I wanted to introduce myself. I'm going to be in the background helping on the policy end of the Child Care Commission, and I look forward to working with all of you. Again, I had worked on this commission a few years ago, and now I'm back, and I thank you for having me back, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you. And the next one on my screen is the nice new looking Aaron Williams. He's from DCYF. Aaron.
Thank you, Chairwoman, and welcome Senator DiMario and everyone else back to the committee. My name is Adam Williams, and I am the Legislative Director over at DCYF.
Thank you, Aaron. Catherine?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Catherine Green. I am rejoining the commission in a new role. So I was previously the Early Childhood Education Director at Genesis Center, and I've now transitioned to the Department of Human Services, and I serve as the Head Start Collaboration Director. For those of you unfamiliar with the title, I'm the new Larry. It's great to see you all.
I love the example to put in perspective. And now I'd like to welcome Hannah Hansen. Hannah?
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Hansen. I am here representing DHS. I'm a child care administrator with our organization and joined the team back in August.
And now Jennifer?
Thanks. I'm not used to being the only Jennifer. Guess it's a sign that I'm aging. Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Griffith. I'm the child advocate. I'm the director of the agency which oversees DCYF. Thank you for having me, Chair, as always, and nice to see all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, my good friend in my neighborhood, Mrs. Khadijah.
Hi, my name is Khadijah Lewis-Khan. I'm the director of Beautiful Beginnings Child Care Center in Providence, and so glad to be back with everyone.
I'm sorry, we missed one state rep, our good friend Julie Casimiro. Julie, where you were? I was looking for you.
Hi, that's fine, Chairwoman. I'm Julie Casimiro. I am a rep from District 31, which is North Kingstown and Exeter. And I've worked with almost everybody on this call in some capacity when I was working at Children's Friend or Family Service. So glad to be back again this year.
And also, Rep. Casimiro, telling the members, especially Senator DiMario, that you chair the after-school commission, is?
Yes, the after-school commission, when we do have a bill in this year for that. And I'm real excited about a couple of bills we have going that we had heard and have still be heard around everything that we do for kids. So it's really exciting. And Alana, I will catch you up on all those bills.
Okay, thank you so much. And now from United Way, we have our good friend, Mr. Warner. You fine now.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chair. My name is Larry Warner. I'm the Chief Impact and Equity Officer with United Way of Rhode Island, and we usually be joined by my colleague, Ayana Melwan, who is the lead for the Rhode Island After School Network. Happy to see you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Warner. And now I have, looks like a jump, the Zoom jumping and going to Leanne Barrett.
Good afternoon. I'm Leanne Barrett, and I am at Rhode Island Kids Count. I'm also coordinate with some other folks on this committee, right from the start campaign to move forward early childhood policies and state budget items.
Beautiful. Lisa, it's your turn now.
Hey everybody, Lisa Hildebrand. I'm the Executive Director at Rhode Island Association for the Education of Young Children, and we manage a couple of big projects for the state. We manage the state's quality rating and improvement system called Bright Stars, also the Teach Early Childhood Scholarship, and the brand new Registered Apprentice work.
Okay, wonderful, Lisa. I would like to introduce and give an opportunity to a great senator from Pawtucket, Senator Cano.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here and see so many familiar faces. I'm sorry I was a little late running from another meeting, but I'm very excited and particularly excited to go under the leadership of Senator DiMario and Chairwoman Diaz. So really looking forward to working all together.
Thank you, Senator. And I want to give an opportunity because I skipped her. I don't know why. She's one of the most, I would don't say the older in the committee. I don't want to say that, but one of the members who has the more time in the committee, and it's my good friend Charla Boudreaux. Charla, sorry, I skipped you for some reason.
That's okay, and I am old, so that's fine.
No.
So my name is Charlotte Boudreaux, and I am a youth development and education consultant, and I work with quite a few nonprofits in Rhode Island, both in childcare and after-school programming. Glad that we're all together again.
Yeah, thank you, Charlotte. And some friend who went to college with me, and she's an awesome lady, my good friend Mary Barr.
Am I on mute?
No, now.
Yep. Okay, sorry. I was having technical difficulties. Hi, I'm Mary Barr from Woonsocket Head Start and representing the Rhode Island Head Start Association. So happy to see all these faces and
Yes.
have the Child Care Commission meet again. It's been way too long.
I'm so happy to, Mary. Nicole, is your opportunity?
Thank you so much. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Nicole Cello.
Oh, I
and
have to Nicole. Okay.
Oh, sorry. There's two Nicole. Sorry, Nicole.
Okay, it's fine, Nicole. Keep talking.
My name is Nicole Cello. I work for DHS. I'm a child care administrator for licensing, and it's very nice to see all of your faces.
Thank you so much. The other Nicole now.
Hi everyone, Nicole Lachlan. I'm the State Council Director for SEIU, which extends to 1199 SEIU, and we represent the family home-based child care workers here in Rhode Island.
Thank you. Rachel, please.
Hi everybody, I'm Rachel Pflum. I'm the Executive Director of the Economic Progress Institute.
And I would like to give an opportunity to, oh my God, let's jump everywhere. Sorry, I'm not following the order now because everything changed. I will give it to Del Vicario.
Hi everyone, I'm Stacy Del Vicario. I am Vice President of Programs at Children's Friends. So we have Head Start, childcare, and state pre-K, along with some other programs in Providence, Pawtucket, and Central Falls. Nice to see all of you.
Thank you. Now, please let me welcome Leanne Barrett.
I think you got me already. Maybe Laura Masons-Eisler, I think.
Thank you for introducing Laura.
Okay. I'm Laura Masons-Eisler, and I represent a membership organization for family child care providers called Family Child Care Homes of Rhode Island.
Thank you so much. Shannon, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Shannon Carroll. Nice to see everyone. I'm the Executive Director of Genesis Center.
Thank you. And Susan Soul from the greatest college.
Hi.
What are you, Susan?
It's so good to see all of you. So Susan Zoll, Rhode Island College, Early Childhood Education.
Okay. Tracy, welcome back. Tracy Martin.
I'm trying to unmute.
You unmute now. You can talk.
It won't let me. I froze.
While she's ready, I would like to introduce another person who's always behind the scene working amazing. It's our secretary, Roberta Di Mesa. For those who don't know her, you need to know her. Right, Roberta? And Stephanie Trafka. I love that name.
Yes, hello. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties, so I actually had to go out and come back in. But thank you, everyone, for having me. My name is Stephanie Trafka. I am here on behalf of the Rhode Island Parent Information Network. I work specifically with our state early intervention programs.
Okay, Beth Love. Beth? Hello? Are you there?
Hi. Yep. I'm Beth Lobdell. I work at Connecting for Children and Families, and it's good to see everybody.
Thank you. Charlie Clifford.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. My name's Charlie Clifford. I'm the CEO at the YMCA of Pawtucket and the conduit between the Rhode Island YMCAs and the Commission. Great to see everybody.
Thank you. I'm missing anyone, please? Can you help me, please? Is I missing somebody? Can you introduce yourself?
Ask Mary is on, I know, if she wants to introduce herself.
Thank you, Leon.
And I'm here. I am being
Osmari. Yeah, Osmari.
Hi, everyone. My name is Osmari Barker. I am a consultant, and I work with Leanne, and I've been participating in these Child Care Commission meetings for the last 3 years in support of Child Care Awareness Day, and look forward to sharing some news on that later on. So I know Rachel hasn't spoken, so I'll kick it off to Rachel Pflum.
Oh, Rachel.
I have, but my colleague Sarah Trayers is here, so I'll bump it to Sarah.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay.
Hi. I'm Sarah. I work with Rachel at the Economic Progress Institute.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Now I would like to ask.
I finally got unmuted. I'm Tracy Martin Turgeon. I'm from Cadence Academy Preschools in Rhode Island. Sorry, it wouldn't unmute for some reason.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Is anyone that we not introducing yet? Somebody who didn't have the chance? No? None? Good. One other thing we do, and Senator DiMario, we will coordinate next meeting, and we will sharing the meeting together along with other members of the House. But one of the things I'm trying very hard is to keep the meeting within the time we agreed to, because I know everybody has commitment, personal and work commitment that I don't want it to go over. So I will do my best to give an opportunity to everyone and also to go through the agenda. Now I would like to at least to share the agenda for today, and our Kendra Cervone, she will share that in the share screen for all of us. So that way we know what direction we take it, and from there we will continue.
Yes, Chair. I ask that you bear with me technologically. I'm figuring this out, but I'm going to pull the agenda for today's meeting. The first agenda item is 2020 updates, and I will work on getting that pulled up on the screen for all of you shared.
Okay, thank you so much. As you remember, our last meeting last year was in February, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was the last one. After that, we couldn't continue. Please mute yourself, those who are with the mic on. After that meeting, unfortunately, we couldn't do too much due to the COVID. I don't need to go back to that because I was trying to asking the leadership at that time how we can meet again, but like any process, when we don't know how things were going, we were learning in the process to figure it out, to see if we comply with any policy or any issue that may arise by meeting online. Took a long time as COVID was getting worse and worse. We couldn't meet, and it was unfortunate that we experienced that when we have a big agenda for 2020. There was a lot of things to learn and to put in practice. One of those was to celebrate the Child Care Commission event that we do for 10 years now online, and the event was really good. We received a lot of compliments about what we put it together, along with Capital TV, who was the main source to bring this event to people. We passed some, when we passed the budget, we have a little things accomplished during the 2020 budget. We really passed at the end of the year. And based on what we have accomplished and what we're planning to do for 2021, we will share later on and during this meeting what is the plan, what we're planning to do, what the commission can do together, and all the maybe challenge and possible accomplishment that we can have. So at this point, if you have any update from 2020, you can raise your hands and you can share. It's not report because it's different thing. But from last year, if you have any things that significantly change in your business or something that you feel is meaningful to share with the members, the floor is open for you. It's not? So we will continue. Another thing that was halfway done last year was that after we have child care retreat every year, we visit and redraft the child care resolution to introduce any new changes that we feel is appropriate for the Child Care Commission and for the business we do. Also, the process of passing that resolution was now finished, and it's something that we addressed this year because we need to accomplish. It's part of the Child Care Commission charter to complete this part of this commission. So it's something that we will share later on during this meeting. And now I would like to go over some of the proposed child care legislation that are in the pipeline, and also to talk about the plans we have for 2021 in terms of legislation. So, Kendra, do you have that list available for us?
Yes, Chair. I can pull up the proposed resolution and share that on my screen if that's what you'd like.
No, I want the list of the bills that are in
Sure.
to see is any bill that the child care members concern or wanted to make a comment.
Sure, I will work on pulling that up, absolutely.
Okay. Senator DiMario, part of the work we do or is responsibility of the Child Care Commission is to keep our eyes on every single legislation that has something to do with child care. In order to do that, in every single meeting, we are pulling all the bills that is introduced in the Senate and the House to follow up with any new surprise or any good bill to make recommendations or to supporting or to helping to pass. This year, we have a short list. I hope many of the members are aware of that, but at least we can see the title and the link for those legislation, and then able to make a comments or decide what legislation we can follow up. Okay? So while Kendra is looking for, Leon, did you have a chance to read the list in the past? Or do you have any bill in mind?
I don't have the list in front of me, but I know, a big one is the early educator investment bill that we worked on last year, and it's Rep. Casimiro's and Senator Cano's bill. They've been introduced, and I responded to the email Kendra sent around a link so people can just click on the link and you can read the bill. But it's a planning bill that asks the state through the Children's Cabinet to work across 4 state agencies to set goals for early educator wages or compensation, which we think is an essential step towards building a more robust and equitable financing system for the early education community. And builds on the work of a task force that a lot of us have been working with for 4 years. So that's been introduced, and Rep. Casimiro referred to a hearing that happened last week, and a number of us on the Child Care Commission either testified verbally or submitted written testimony. So that worked well. Do we want to talk questions about that one? The other big one that I know about has not actually been introduced, which is the Rhode Island Child Care is Essential Bill, which is has not been officially introduced, but it would be your bill, Representative Diaz, and Senator Cano's bill, and it's a bigger bill. We've been working on rates for a long time now, and making some progress, although not a lot of progress, on increasing the CCAP rates. And this goes above and beyond that. It still has a big focus on CCAP rates, but also asks the state to cap copays at the federal affordability rate standard, which is 7%. Because we know families are can't afford to pay more than 7% of their income for childcare. And some of the families in the CCAP program have to pay 14%. So we'd like to get the CCAP program in line with the federal guidelines around paying rates that meet the equal access standard, having copays no higher than the affordability standard, and the third thing would be to restore eligibility back to where it was under starting right. So that's a brief overview of your bill, Rep. Diaz, and I don't know if either Rep. Casimiro or Diaz or if Senator Cano wants to add anything else.
I just want to add one thing before I jump off the call, that we have the out of school time learning bill that's in play as well. That's asking for $2 million to invest in quality out of school time learning programs for our kids. So I do have to jump off, but I wanted to also add that the Early Investment Act was heard on February 10th, and I thought the hearing went very, very well, and there was no opposition. So
excellent, excellent. If you wonder why I always calling Leon Barrett to speak in policy, is because the Child Care Commission composition is divided in different groups, and the part of policy is a Kids Count and Progress Institute. That is why, because they're dedicating a lot of time to just focus on policy, legislation, and they always has the best update. And it's not like I'm picking on Leon all the time. You know, it's like she's the one holding the policy aspect of the Child Care Commission. Okay? I just, for clarification, I don't want the member to feel, oh, it's Leon. So another bill that is not 100% related to child care, but is related to students, middle school and high school, is a bill that I introduced that address the suspension, student suspension. When the school district suspending kids, they missing a school and they find themselves behind in many aspects. So I'm trying to address that in this year, along with other child care bills. And the list of the bills will be sent it to you, and you will be able to link in each one of those blue numbers that you see, and then able to read the entire bill. And maybe if you have any concern or any comment, you send it to us. Okay? Kendra, you moving this so fast, nobody can read this. Is any observation or comment about the legislation proposed for this year? Is anything in your end, Rachel?
No, I think you've covered it.
Okay.
I had one, I think Rep. Caldwell, there's a bill of hers about covering including childcare costs and campaign costs, something like that. That is also carried over from last year. So I don't know if Rep. Caldwell, she knows a bit more about it than I do.
Is there House Bill 5289? Rep. Caldwell, you want to make any comment now? I don't see her. I don't know if she left. Okay, so let's move, and when she joins us, we can talking about anything she want to share with us. Now, is there any other comments, questions about the proposed 2021 childcare legislation? Senator DiMario, in case you have any childcare legislation, please let us know. We'll be working with you. Okay.
Thank you. I don't at this time. Again, my focus is really just trying to support the work that you guys have already done in kind of the priorities that have already been introduced. So I'm happy to continue to do so.
Yeah, thank you. At this point, I would like to move the agenda, and the next item is number 4, agency reports. I hope you have a lot of reports. It's a year behind. I'm just kidding. So any agency which has any update, this is the time to share that information with us. None? Oh my Lord. Adam, you don't have nothing from DCYF?
I'm happy to share a little. Well, in terms of legislation, as I'm sure everyone is keenly aware on this call, we have a new governor coming in. So that's making, I think, a lot of our agencies' legislation move a little slower. So I'm not certain at this point that DCYF will have any standalone legislation this year, either related to childcare or otherwise. I would expect, and once we get a little closer to March, hopefully I'll be able to let everyone know. But I would anticipate that there will probably be at least a couple of proposals within like the budget articles to talk with you all about. But I don't anticipate at this moment us introducing any standalone legislation. Aside from that, I think one thing that might be of interest to this group, some of you may be aware of what's known as the Federal Family First Prevention Services Act, which was passed in 2018. This year, I believe by October, the department is to have a plan submitted to the federal government and be implementing Family First. Family First is an attempt to shift towards more prevention-focused efforts, and it is an attempt to emphasize things like kinship care over congregate care, and a handful of other provisions. The department at this moment expects to have its plan in place by June, so a few months ahead of the October deadline. And I bring it up to this group because one of the things that, excuse me, I'm gonna grab some water. One of the things that is likely to be included in Family First are probably some additional opportunities for the state to invest in programs that affect young families, right? So, a lot of these prevention services, one of the key targets are families with children ages 0 to 1, getting them set up with supportive services earlier on. So there's a lot of analysis going on right now, and I believe an advisory group of many different stakeholders is forming this week to really start to unpack what all will be included in our plan. But it's very exciting. Obviously, the department has been working for a while to shift more towards supporting families earlier on, before that there is an incident of abuse and neglect that is being investigated. So this is incentivizing us with more money for the state to add to that programming. So anyway, I'll share more with that as those plans are being formed, but that is likely, as I said, to be by the end of June for us to have that plan in place with the federal government.
Thank you so much,
I think
Mr.
that's it.
I appreciate it a lot. Is any other agency like to report what they're doing to keep the committee members updated? I'm surprised. Kids Count.
Rep, I can update us a little bit on some advocacy around the bonds. There are several steering committees that are hard at work to support getting out the vote and encouraging folks to vote, number one, in the special election, which is between now and March 2nd. But also there is a group of us that are working hard on the early childhood bond, which is question 5, that will set up a grant for $15 million for early childhood facilities. We have a toolkit and we have lots of information. If anybody's interested in joining the advocacy, I'm more than willing to share that. I can send that to Kendra to share out to the committee. We're doing phone banking. The first phone banking starts tonight, but we will also be phone banking next week. And we have ads and digital buys and all kinds of things happening. That's for question 5. And we're also partnering with question 3 that Larry, if he's still, or he left from the United Way, the question 3 is for affordable housing, which very much is also involves children and families. And so we have some information we can share on that as well. But if anybody wants to get active and involved with us, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I would love to share what we have.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it. Is any other agency who would like to report on any childcare association?
Hey, Grace. I'd like to report for the Rhode Island Head Start Association.
Please, go ahead.
We've received word that the DHS is going to cut state Head Start funding by 100% for next year.
Say that again, Anna.
The proposal is out there that DHS will be cutting state Head Start funding 100% for next year. As you can imagine, we are very, very, very upset at that.
I will be too, because it's a family who needs the service, who needs the support, that they are losing this.
Yep.
We need to talk about that, Mary.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for the update.
Yep.
Mary, would it be, Representative Diaz, would it be possible, Mary, do you know what that means? Like, what is the investment of the state versus the federal funds?
So that's 130 children in the state that will not receive Head Start services. So it's about $1.2 million in funding.
Thank you.
We use Head Start programs, use that to obviously provide more funding. We haven't been able to get more federal slots for Head Start for a number of years. And we also use it as our in-kind match that we have to meet for our federal grant. But to me, the biggest part of it is Head Start is the, DHS is the state collaboration, houses the state collaboration, Head Start collaboration office, and for that cut to happen. Now, I mean, I've heard some things that may not happen, but we were given this information a couple of months ago, and I just can't even imagine that any state office would want to cut a program 100%. I mean, the state has been funding Head Start since like 1986.
If I don't mistake, as I remember, Governor Raimondo also proposed to increase it during last budget.
So 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, we did receive an increase to bring up the per child cost to closer to what the federal per child cost was, and then also to help Head Starts go from a 4-hour to a 6-hour day. So we did have that. I also want to point out that our Head Start programs have an awful lot of the state pre-K, and that RIDE is looking to us to breed more funding and help provide more comprehensive services to pre-K children. And so for a state agency, again, to cut 100% when their initial call to action was to cut 15% of their budget, but to cut 100% of funding for our most vulnerable families is just, it is just absolutely horrible.
Devastating. Yeah, I agree with you, Mary. Is any other report at this point? Because I want to introduce something different than agency report. So, does anyone need to report or share any information here?
I thought I'd just share, if I could, a little bit more about Head Start. Some of you may remember it was in 2008, which was the last major recession. The Governor Kachiri did propose eliminating all state funding for Head Start, and we were able to keep, it was a lot more than 130 seats. It was, I think, 400 Head Start seats before 2007, and I think state funding for Head Start goes back into the late 1980s, according to Linda Dickinson, who's been around the longest of the Head Start directors. So it is a huge thing. If state funding is cut completely, it's very hard to get it back. I mean, we've been working hard since the cuts in 2008, when it was cut to about $800,000 of state funding, and now it's gone up to $1.2 million. But it is an integral part of our, commitment to pre-K and to high quality childcare and that kind of thing. So we're hoping, we won't actually know if the cut is proposed, would be proposed by the new governor with his budget, which I think is due out on March 11th. Is that what people have heard about when yep. So hopefully it won't be. Any advocacy people can have around at least sustaining what we already have is really important. And we also need that we've had a very underfunded system for decades, but any new funding that we really need, and to use the federal funding wisely to shore up the systems that children depend on and that families need would be awesome. So that's all I wanted to add about Head Start and how upsetting we know this is, and that hopefully it actually won't happen.
Hopefully, and anything we can do together to avoid the family cutting off all those support. From the Child Care Commission, I wanted to share with you that we are working to reintroduce the Permanent Legislative Commission resolution, which address all the things that we agreed after the retreat in 2019. In 2020, when we drafted the resolution, and I'm planning to send it to the members. That way you remember all the things that we agree, and also revisit and check if anything we put it in the new resolution is applicable to what we need now. For those who don't know, the Child Care Commission charter include the requirement of having retreat and revisit the resolution to see any changes that we can have. What Kendra is sharing with you is the original Child Care Commission when it was established, the law chapter where the Child Care Commission is included and many other requirements. By every 2 years, we modify that and submit a resolution for the approval of the General Assembly. So we will share those information with you, so that way you know what we are doing together. And is any suggestion that you may have, we welcome to. We will share this today because the General Assembly is off this week. So anything that you can share with us and suggest will be well considered to introduce a resolution next week. Another thing that the Child Care Commission does, which is so awesome and I'm very excited, is the Child Care Awareness Day. And last year, as I mentioned before, we had celebration online. Unfortunately, we're not able to bring the little kiddos to the State House until we don't have the COVID off of Rhode Island. So we're planning to celebrate 10 years. Can you imagine we are doing this for 10 years? Lisa, you're laughing because I know what you have in your head. 10 years. It was awesome, and every year was better and better. And I'm sorry, Senator DiMario, you didn't have a chance to play in the floor of the State House with the little kids and cherish so many moments. But those will be coming back again, hopefully. But I have a lady who worked with us for 3 years to organize the child care, to help us to put all together, and she will be giving us an update. We met today at noon to bring things update and be more specific about what suggestion we have. So please help me to welcome Rosemary Baker.
Thank you so much, Grace. Good afternoon again, everyone. As Grace mentioned, we are so thrilled to be celebrating the 10th anniversary for Child Care Awareness Day in conjunction with Strolling Thunder and Advocacy Day. We will be hosting this event virtually. We are still in the very early planning stages and pulling together the details for this event. But what we do know is that we're looking at it being a virtual event, as I mentioned. We are also looking at ways to engage the community and not just have it a standard speaking program, but in ways that we can really talk through some of the great accomplishments that the commission has done through the years, engage the community and maybe getting some testimony, as well as a short speaking program for this. I am also really excited to share that in the past we've engaged Capital TV to pull together a great video montage, and so we're in the process of working through that. The date in which we're looking to host this event will be at the end of April, early May. So again, working through those details, working with Roberta and Kendra, just to align some of the behind the scenes, technology and resources to ensure that we can pull this off. I'm going to pause there, see if anyone has any questions or comments before I continue.
What I'm looking from the members also is to see what do you think about May 5th. It's Wednesday, I believe.
Yes.
And we now looking to see what is the best time for Capital TV to allow us to do that. And the perfect day and time will be around 5 or 6 o'clock when the families are at home. But it depends on how many meetings the State House has. As other reps in this meeting know that we are meeting online, and those meetings are after 5. So we're looking to see if there is any room for us to use the Capital TV resources and the WebEx to put it together the event. So any suggestion or anything that you may help us? That is our child care day. So your comments are so important.
When I think about this year's, I think about the opportunity for folks at the State House to walk around and ask questions, when you have all the tables and people are there to kind of share about their respective businesses. And I'm speaking at a conference soon, and they have it set up so that visually the platform is you kind of walk into what you think is a big conference area, but they're going to be taping people who are talking about certain pieces. So I'm wondering if Mary Var Center or Kids Count or Beautiful Beginnings, whatever the organizations are, could do little short snippets to explain what their work does in order to support families. And then anyone who would be coming in to look at this, whatever your platform is going to be, that they could actually just, listen in on the short little vignettes, like 5 minutes or less.
Yes, we were talking about that, and Osmari can tell you more. But yes, we include that. We don't want to have a boring speaking program. We want to integrating activities and comments and childcare sites and things the way you describe it. So, Osmari?
So yes, thank you so much, Susan, for that recommendation. we are absolutely looking to engage the partners on the commission, as well as I mentioned before, centers and kids, of course, and families on, really the resilience of this industry and how essential this, not only this commission and the work that you're doing is, but of the childcare workers and the families. So one of the great ideas actually from our very own Roberta shared that I'm making the connection on how childcare is an industry that it creates an impact across families and industries. And, we talked about, especially in the beginning of this pandemic, how the healthcare, Gina Raimondo had tried to get childcare programs or resources available to our essential workers. But, essential workers, nurses and doctors, right? But essential workers were grocery, workers. They were families who had to still, provide. So it goes, we're working through those details, but absolutely, the organizations and those on this call, we're looking to engage you and, but again, working through making sure that we have the right resources and that Capital TV can support our vision on this and making it happen. So one thing I will just, if there's no other comment, but one thing that we wanted you to think about, or if you wanted to take a moment to share, was that what we were hoping, and Kendra and I will work again behind the scenes to get you a short survey to share with us about how do you see us celebrating and what does that look like for you for the 10th anniversary, as well as what are some key accomplishments you think that we should include in the celebration, and just trying to be mindful. And I apologize, working with kids at home, as I'm sure many of you know, trying to collectively see how we can incorporate as many of your ideas as we can possible.
Thank you, Smari. And I know at this point we all are experts to using Zoom because that is our life now, be in Zoom meetings. So we were looking to find or to get new ideas from you. Maybe we can have a break room activity where people can get in or something. But we want to hear from you how we can incorporate a different aspect of the celebration. Okay? At this point, I would like to again open for any report or any information. It's the last call for that. If you have anything that you want to share or anything to comment, that is the perfect time. Yes, Laura, we're missing you.
I put it in the chat box, but I have two questions. One of them, what is the rationale for cutting the state funding for Head Start? And the other is, will we receive, the bills that are, being proposed, will we get an email of that?
In regard to the reason of the cutting for the Mary was explained this afternoon. She can elaborate on that. And for the bills and the information we promised to share with you, Kendra and I will be working this afternoon to send it to all of you. So you will have that information. So
and
Mary,
also, what can we do to basically convince whoever is the deciding forces around not cutting the Head Start funding?
I think Mary mentioned, and she's the best one to say that she's not 100% that will be happen. On top of that, we don't have a governor yet in the office that we can go through a process, so we have to wait a little bit. But I wanted Mary answer those questions.
Thank you.
So we haven't received a rationale for it. We basically, what our understanding is, it's just a fiscal decision. I honestly, I don't think that this is something that Courtney or Caitlin wants. I think we're caught in the middle of an extremely tough budget year, obviously. I don't know if it was just some fiscal person saying, oh, wait, we have to cut this much from the overall budget. Here's an easy thing. I don't know. We haven't been given a rationale. So the Head Start Association has hired consultants to be able to, get the word out and fight this and bring awareness to the importance of state Head Start funding in addition to federal funding. It's unfortunate. I think it puts the people that we trust in DHS in difficult positions. It doesn't make their job easy. I don't know. I don't know if we're political pawns. Whatever it is, it's disturbing. I don't think we should be using our families, our vulnerable families, in this way. But no rationale as of this moment as for what it is, other than it was just they need to cut funding.
What I can say is that we keep our eyes on this, and I know my other colleagues in this meeting, they will help to keep our eyes and to find out the reason, the logic, why they are planning to do that, why the childcare, why the children. So, and we'll be advocating not to happen. So let's working together in this. Mary, if you receive any information that can help us, please share with us, so that way we don't have to look into it.
I'll share that information. I do want everybody to remember. So we are huge proponents for state pre-K. We all have pre-Ks. We've had them for a number of years. The part of the Head Start funding that bothers me is we're leaving out the importance of having our 3-year-olds in a program. And we know what this virus and pandemic has done to our families and the emotional stability of our families and our children. And it is just devastating to think that these 3-year-olds that are living through this, or 2-year-olds, almost 3-year-olds, and then we are not going to have seats for them to prepare and get them ready emotionally. It breaks my heart, because the state is going to see the devastation of this in 4 years. If we can't make sure these 3-year-olds have a spot.
Not only that, Mary, they will see that effect right away, because those families have to stay home to take care of those children. So
yeah. I mean, it's
financially impact.
There's so many levels. Economically, the workforce, all, and just to we need to be a support for our vulnerable families.
Yes.
And can I add? For people who have energy, like Laura, or advocacy energy, I would reach out to the Lieutenant Governor's office, because he's the one who's going to be putting the budget together. He's not inaugurated as the governor yet, but I would just direct, letter or something like that, expressing your support for continuing the state Head Start funding, and making sure that there aren't any cuts.
Thank you for the suggestion. Laura?
One other question is, I know that programs have had to spend a huge amount of money around the health and safety materials and everything in dealing with the COVID-19. And, I think it's really important that because every program is operating, on a shoestring. There's not enough money as it is, and this is making it even harder. I think that we need to make sure that when the monies come through, the federal monies, that early childhood programs get support for that, so that those expenses have been defrayed.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, we need to work in this. As I promised, we are right on time. Look at what a beautiful girl. Hi. You see the girl from Ana Quezada? I'm sorry, from Santa Cana.
She's saying hi, by the way.
Hi. It's the beauty to work from home. So I would like to open the floor for any of my colleagues, for Senator Cano or for Rep Caldwell, or anyone who want to say a few words at the end of this first meeting.
Chairwoman, I'll just note one thing. I also had a child emergency, so I hopped off for a few minutes, and I don't know if you talked about it, but my bill to say that we can use our campaign funds to pay for childcare while we're running and serving in office had a hearing in municipal government in the House, in state elections in the House last week. It was passed in the Senate last year, and it had a lot of support, including from the chairman of our committee, who also has 2 young kids now. So that was very exciting, and hopefully we'll see that pass this year.
Yes, Leanne Barre was mentioned the bill when we were talking about the overall. I know. We understand. You have little kids. And you, Senator Cano, you want to say a few words with the beautiful princess?
I want to say I'm really excited to start this work together. I am sponsoring many of the priorities for the commission, so I'm very honored to be partnering with all of you, but also I had spoke with Senator DiMario, and she is on board to co-sponsor some of those legislations with me as well. So I'm really looking forward, and I can't wait to make sure that this year some of those priorities really are passed. So thank you so much for everything that you do, and I'm very grateful with your leadership, Chairwoman Diaz and Senator DiMario.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there any other comments before we adjourn the meeting today? Anyone? I always give you the last chance. You know that. Is any motion to adjourn the meeting for today for the Child Care Commission? Any motion?
So moved.
Any second?
I second.
All in favor signify by say aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your week. For us that are in vacation, please relax because next week we start over again. So I see you in March, and you will have a lot of information. Thank you.